markets they roam. In a world where the Dita is the unsung hero. Welcome to the stage, the Eat Sleep Code Show. Syntax tight, our semicolons in a row. With the AI beats and the database flow. Grab your gear, hit compile and let's go. We're breaking walls in our virtual chateau. With every line we write, our universe will grow. Welcome to the grid where the brave dare to code. Eat, sleep, code, let the systems overload. Sending signals in the neon afterglow.
Hello and welcome to the intro show. We play back-to-back intros.
I love when we screw. I love when we screw up. It's awesome. It just like puts a mwah on top of this show that we do.
I know it's like
3 hours later.
and we're still doing intros.
Yeah.
All right. This is the news show of the week where we break down the latest and greatest in AI and technology.
Maybe the greatest.
news
Maybe
and-
not the greatest. Some of the
just
greatest.
the latest.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll get into some of the. Should we start with the not the greatest?
Sure, go for it. Why don't we do that? Yeah.
Let's start in reverse.
Not so great.
Just to throw things off for
I like it.
everybody. So, you know, John, I like to poke the bear.
Virtual reality headsets for takeoff and landing.
Have you seen this yet?
is not allowed.
Why? Why are we doing this?
Wearing a virtual reality headset
Oh my
So,
God.
landing is not allowed.
Ugh.
VR has gotten popular enough that it has made it into the pre-flight.
Please disconnect your Palm Pilots.
This is part of the turn off your Bluetooth. And
Yes.
Put your laptops under the seat, and now we have made it into the VR era. It is
Yuck.
mainstream enough, John.
No, it is not.
We did it.
Stop it.
There are no longer
We did it,
dozens
yeah.
of us.
High five. We did it. Yes. Woo. I regret the alarm that got me up this morning.
There's no longer dozens of us. There are many of us. Enough.
So
Enough
okay,
that
tell
we've
me, because I don't
prompted
live in the
this.
States. You got to clarify something for me.
Yeah.
Is this a thing? Have you been on a plane lately? And are people wearing headsets? And please tell me they look ridiculous.
Yes to all the above.
God bless the United States.
I have-
because I have not seen one of these. I've flown a few times. I have yet to see one in live. So
I have seen them live, and I have also seen like viral videos where somebody's misbehaving
yeah.
on the plane.
Oh, everyone's seen that.
And-
Yeah.
And like, it's not the person that's wearing the visor that's misbehaving. You just see them in the background. Like, they're just, they're blocking out like some raving lunatic that's getting ripped off the plane. And you see somebody in the back just with their headset on, like, yeah, this movie's really good right now.
Nice.
So this is a thing. That was my VR segment for today. There hasn't been a lot
Thanks,
of
Ed. I'm
new
triggered. Thank you.
stuff in the VR land recently, but I thought that one was worth sharing. I still love my VR headset. I still use it for dev.
God bless you, Ed. You know, why don't you wear it right now? You know, just to impress the folks.
So in the MetaQuest 3, Windows 11,
Just keep
link.
talking about it like I'm interested. I'm not.
So they have a good remote desktop feature that
Still
they've been
going.
working on. It updates, I'm not kidding, at least once a day, if not twice. They're updating this thing, and it's been going on for a good part of a year. I mean, this thing gets updated very frequently.
All right, shout out to Telric. They've just shout out for you guys for a second, which is I fired up Fiddler the other day, and oh my God, these lights that I use from Elgato, do they talk a ton over the network?
Oh, really?
A ton. Oh yeah, like it's every second. Like they're sending an HP
Why?
request. I don't
Why
know.
the lights?
I
This is stupid.
Well, I can show you the payloads, but like the payloads are these JSON blobs, and all they're saying is like light intensity and light is on. Now, I think the reason why they do that is because they have to call home to a controller, which is on my system, to communicate between myself and the lights through my desktop. So my Mac machine. But oh my God, is this a waste of network? I mean, it is just super chatty. And I could say that, the reason why, I'm mentioning this is because obviously you mentioned the fact that, network, latency, etc. But, things that chat a lot over the network are a huge pet peeve of mine. And if you use Fiddler, you can see which ones are the worst offenders. I mean, like, I don't know if you've ever loaded a site that has an ad rolling on it. It's the worst. Like, it's just constantly pinging back to an ad server every minute, just chewing up your network. And it's not so bad, like in terms of network, because everyone's got gobs and gobs of bandwidth. But it is problematic if, for example, you're looking at your browser history, you're trying to remember that page that you were looking up, like technology-wise or otherwise, and you're doing a search for it. It's just littered with all these ad server requests that are just polluting your history.
I think it's just downright cute, John, that you interrupted my VR rant and rave with a Telerik ad, thinking that was going to distract me long enough.
I don't care about your VR stuff. Okay, I've entertained it long enough. I'm telling you, I'm doing what my therapist tells me, which is I'm being honest. I have to state my boundaries. Ed, I don't care about VR at all.
But the people care. The people in chat care. They've added ultra wide screen to the remote desktop experience now, so I can have a laptop, remote into it, and boom,
great,
gigantic widescreen.
So all of us have to now suffer through these god awful safety videos now with these. Oh, and please take, for those of you who are rich enough to afford the $3,000 headset from Apple, God, why did you buy that? To please take that off while we land.
It's been updated, by the way. They released a new one.
I know,
with like some really minor updates that people were supposed to gush over, and again, nobody cares.
Classic
Still
Apple.
Too expensive.
There
Still
you go.
Too expensive. They updated something they can't sell. It is too costly.
Yeah, it's the old Maple reference to in The Simpsons. What can I do for you? You should be asking what I can do for it. Okay, please tell me what to do. I'm begging you. So,
speaking of what we can do for it, what can AI do for us? We got a good collection.
Everything.
Of these.
Yeah.
I know you shared this one with me, John. It reminded me of some other similar things. I added those as well. So this is the MCP UI. It's just a new protocol package.
It's not new. It's new-ish, but it did come across my radar as I was looking at this, and I was like, wow, that's a really cool idea. Like, this came out a while back, like a few months ago, but it did hit my radar a while back. And what this is basically, how a lot of people think of the sort of canonical way in which people interact with an MCP is via text, and often you get text back. And it's not very usable. It is usable from a processing perspective. Text is king, but it would be nice if, rather than responding with text, an agent or a human could actually get a response that could be rendered and then interacted with in a really nice way. And so MCP UI is essentially a framework and other things for doing just that. Now, the way this works is there's a client and a server, and the client is responsible for the rendering. The server is responsible for, obviously, the responses. But what's really nice here is that you can actually send down these responses from an MCP to an MCP that will generate a UI for you, which is great. And you could easily integrate something like Kendo, for example. So if you're using Kendo React, you could generate something like this. I believe there's extensibility model built in, which is really nice. And I like this. I think this is a really good evolution of the state of the art, which we currently have, which is currently running with its hair on fire and with scissors. But basically, this is a means by which you can extend out the capabilities of your MCP by sending back these, I guess, essentially renderable data islands. I don't know how to describe them really. I mean, like, they're just these UI components, like it says, for your MCP.
So right now, generally speaking, most large language model apps like ChatGPT and Claude and those environments, not the large language model themselves, but the apps that they front end, um, they can pretty much do anything Markdown can do. So it's rendering
Sure.
HTML via Markdown. They might incorporate some mermaid diagrams and that sort of
Yep.
thing.
And they
But
can
the
generate
idea
images,
here
but they
is,
suck. Yeah.
yeah, the image generations, give or take. But this is taking that Markdown text that's being rendered in HTML and attaching other rendered HTML to it. Things like charts, graphs, and tables are generally supported by Markdown, so that's not necessarily a thing. But this is other visualizations that are outside of that Markdown rendered universe, and this is something that we're exploring as well. And one of the other ones that came across our let's see, where did it go? I lost it. Where is it? There it is. One of the other ones that came across our radar was this. So this is an experiment by Anthropic, and instead of giving the large language model an application to run inside of and have it rendering the UI, this is giving the large language model all of the atomic building blocks for UI. And
Claude is still building
task
software,
hand,
but we've
it's
cut
going
out
to
the middleman.
generate the user interface.
Instead of writing code
at
that
runtime,
describes
so it's
this
kind of like
text box,
generating the app
Claude
as
just
you go.
makes
Dude, that's
the
incredibly
text box.
loud.
We've
Oh,
given
is
it
it? I'm
access to
sorry, I'm
software.
not even getting any of it. Is that
Okay,
better?
I am.
Odd that I can't hear it.
I couldn't
when
even
it's
hear what you were
broadcasting.
saying.
Here, Claude
That's
isn't
really
writing
strange.
code in the standard
I
way.
can't hear it at all. I
It doesn't
assumed it
have
was
to
muted or
plan
something.
out
Okay, we'll just
Oh,
mute
the
it.
tab was
Instead,
muted, I bet.
it generates
Okay.
new software
So,
on the fly.
yeah, it's generating the UI on the fly and creating the app as it goes.
Now, is that an app okay? What is the app though? Is it like, what is it made out of? Web tech, that sort of thing?
I don't know if it's in the video or not. It just said it was given the like bare components of like rendering the screen. So it didn't
Okay.
say what platform it was in. If it was
I'm still a fan
XML,
of.
if it was HTML, whatever.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's-
still a
it's-
fan of MCP UI because it gives you a framework, which is what I think
Yeah.
a lot of folks want. The high order bit there, which is where I think they're putting a lot of their attention, is the client rendering engine. So the thing is, you can serve down these data packets from your MCP pretty easily. I know. I love how we call it your MCP. And it's kind of weird to describe it like that. It's basically your service that fronts your AI. It's really a service that fronts your MCP, but people just call it your MCP. But I think that if you go under the client support here, you can see the list of support for rendering is not long. And so right now they support, I believe, Nano and VS Code to a certain extent. But Claude Code, things like that, they're gonna have to extend out the capabilities through an extension to render this stuff.
Yeah.
Ideally, the high
The
order bit
consumer
would
has
be
to have some,
Yeah, exactly.
CSS, HTML, whatever, or probably the CSS and some JavaScript.
but you could
render
see
everything
that
that's
this was
interactive.
going to happen, right? I mean, like
Absolutely.
people are treating, like Google does this when you do a search. They will generate like charts and graphs for you sometimes on the fly, or images or whatever. This is just the next step, I think, and I think it's the right step for a lot of customers. I don't think I don't think the model you showed me previously with Claude is the right one because it's too tech. It's too techy.
I think it's
People
too
just-
broad too.
Yeah.
So the general direction of that discussion that we had about this internally was, okay, so they're giving you like they're giving the large language model for it says HTML. So they're saying, all right, here's HTML. You know how to create web components in HTML. Go ahead and just render me an application user interface based on whatever the user starts typing in. So let me drop the captions. You can probably see these, like I want to
But,
choose
dude,
your
I
own
don't think-
adventure, or whatever,
I
and it
know.
starts just rendering out like, oh, you need this stuff. This is what your UI should look like. I think it's too broad. And
I
the
don't think
problem
it's.
with this,
I don't think. Yeah, go ahead.
I think the problem with this is it makes the UI different for literally every user, and possibly different for the same user in multiple sessions. So there's no way to document any of this. There's no
I don't
way
think users
to
want this, though.
troubleshoot any of it.
I don't think users want this though, Ed.
Yeah, there's nothing. You have no muscle memory here. You can't get into a workflow and be familiar with something. It's always changing and adapting based on what it thinks that your goal is.
It's more than that. It's like you've given me a throwaway app essentially. Now what? What do I do with this thing? I'm thinking as a user, right? So what do I do with this thing? Do I give it to my friend? How do I give it to my friend? I'm not a techie person. How do I ship this? What is this, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I think a better model is I ask a question, I get something back that I can use, like an image or something that's interactive, and I can drill into it further. I don't have to fight with the prompt to do what I want to use a mouse. Click here, do this, grok what I'm trying to do. Do as I mean, not what I say. And that's the classic sort of model with AI these days, which is, this is why you see so much prompt engineering these days, right? It's like, I can't get what I want because I haven't prompted it properly. And if you give a UI, you can maybe put up some guardrails in that way to direct people into that mode of interaction. I think so. I think MCP UI is a better approach than say here's a bunch of code and we'll generate a UI for. I'm like, people don't want to. I don't think people want these throwaway apps.
No, you want to see another parallel to this and why it's a bad idea. This is another great headline. AI generated game concepts become laughingstock of the internet. So yeah, they just had the AI generate like gameplay, and it goes completely off the rails, and it's like a fever dream at best. So they're in the subway above ground. Where'd that ladder come from?
Yeah.
Now they're on a train. Like this, it just keeps getting worse. And this is what I'm talking about with like the dynamic user interface. Like this is what it feels like to use a user interface that's changing every 5 seconds. Like you don't know what to expect next. You don't know what the UX is supposed to be. So it's just what do they call that? Where you have too many options and you can't decide. Oh, this is not sharing.
Okay.
I was
it's
describing
basically
it well,
paralysis through it. What
paralysis
I've heard
analysis.
paralysis analysis.
Yeah. So here we go. Sorry, I just meant to play this, and let me know if that's too loud.
All
It does have audio.
So what are we doing? We're on the subway, and okay, we go through the door, and now we're on a. I don't understand. Did the train stop? Now there's a drone.
We're not on a train anymore.
I've never seen this, so I'm gonna commentate for you. So, all right, there's a guy across the roof. He's got a sight line. Now we're looking at an AC unit. I don't know why.
On top of another AC unit.
These guys have not killed each other, even though they're in competition. There's a van down there. I don't know where that came from. Let's fly down. Now, this is a weird place to put a subway. I didn't see any like clear out of here. Now we've got bolt cutters. Great.
Oh, it
and
gets
then
worse.
a van they didn't hear the gunshot initially. They didn't react to that. Now they're gonna react, and now they're crouching on the wrong side of the guy who's shooting them. You know, it's like there's so many things wrong with this. Where did this come from? What? Wait, what?
There's like a jail back there if you didn't see it. Like in the sewer, there's a jail.
What is going on? I have no idea. Oh god, it's like every terrible Call of Duty type clone, you know.
Oh yeah, this is like Call of Duty 10 right here. This is where it's headed, folks.
Uptown apparently is in 2 directions. It's both this way and that, you know.
It's
lovely.
So bad. So terrible.
It's so bad it's good.
So yeah, that was the generated game is laughingstock of the internet article there.
Perfect.
So there's some screenshots in here of like some of the oddities. This was part of it too. Like,
oh jeez.
On a ER gurney in a bank vault.
No, it's a library. You have the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh, whatever.
I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's a big cluster of stuff.
It certainly is that.
If you want some sensible UX patterns for AI. Where do you look? This is a great web resource that I found. And this is called UIUXpatterns.com. And if you're trying to build an AI first application, there's a lot of indecision about how it should look and how the interaction should go because it's all new territory and nobody's done it right yet.
Nope.
So this is, I think this is somebody's personal project, and they did a fantastic job of like documenting things that they've used and have worked. And so these are interactive, and like this is a good one that shows an example of how to help users construct prompts. And I don't know what they're using to make all this work, but you can interact, but it's not your normal like interaction. It's kind of like a tutorial type of a thing where it's showing you where to click, and it's like, okay, this is the main text, context, and then generate, and then like it walks you through the steps the user would use in those patterns. It's similar to Figma, like, but it's rendered in like an iframe or something for you. Yeah,
there's a bunch of sites that popped up in the early, I want to say mid 2000s, to just before the aughts, just before the tens, and they were like designed. They're still around. I mean, you see them, in a variety of places. There's a patterns like pattrn.com or something like that. And there's these sort of UX sort of designs that people come up with. It's the same sort of idea.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff in here. You can narrow these down as well. Like you could say, I only want to see like interactions that are with settings for this, or showing generative results. Like this is a good one. I want to see what citations should look like in a generative AI application. And this is actually something that is super useful. So you have your inline citations, your appended citations. Also has like different variations of these UIs as well, and shows you.
Nice. I got this up on my machine here. This looks nice. I like this.
Mm-hmm. Really well done. So make sure you check that one out if you're in any kind of UX.
Good
stuff.
resource.
It's AIUIpatterns.com, all one word. Great.
AI UX patterns, not AI UI.
Oh, sorry, AIUXpatterns.com.
Yes. AI UI sounds pretty cool. That's like the new CI/CD.
Yeah, this is by Luke Bennis. It's
nice. Good job, Luke.
Designer's pet project. It looks like it's really cool.
I like it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we need resources like that, especially.
Yes, we do.
This day and age.
None of us know what we're doing.
We do not. If you're still working on .NET desktop development,
are you implying?
There are new custom agents for .NET C# WinForms. So this, I guess, is this an MCP situation, John?
It's agent based. So basically last week, we were at GitHub Universe, by the way, which was awesome. And they announced Copilot custom agents, and we were part of that actually. So we actually have an agent that integrates with GitHub Copilot, and it's kind of cool because you can actually use it to invoke actions, autonomous actions, essentially. So the sample that we've worked on is one where you use a combination of the Octopus Deploy AI agent alongside the GitHub agent, and you correlate release notes with your deployments, which is kind of cool. And it becomes a PR basically. So you can auto-generate release notes based on the GitHub SHA, that's the Git SHA that's generated for your commits, and then we commit that to your README file in GitHub via a PR for your deployments, which is kind of neat. So anyways, these agents, this is a blog post from Wendy talking about what they're doing around .NET. So in particular, they're doing custom agents for C# and WinForm. They're called experts, essentially. I mean, this is the new wizard, right? They're no longer wizards, they're experts. So the C# expert agent is providing you best practices around your development, so your syntax, your structure, etc., like that. So it's kind of like a smart linter in a sense, and it does things like benchmarks for testing and integrity checks, etc. The same thing goes with your win forms. So there's an expert agent there for UI patterns, and it will provide. What it does is when you assign the Copilot to your repo and you set this up, it shows you a graphic in the blog post. You just assign it, and it will give you essentially these PRs that you can then choose to commit to your code if you want based on the results.
Very cool. I
Yes.
love the new Visual Studio Code customization of the agents screen.
Yes.
So you can
Yes,
click
very
on
nice.
agents and then custom agents, and you can make your own addition to this drop-down box that has all of the tools that you want to assign to that coding session. This is coming to Visual Studio. Well, I want to say it's coming to Visual Studio. I don't know if that's the right terminology, though. It is the Visual Studio team has posted an issue on the Visual Studio feedback portal,
Okay.
which is similar to like a GitHub issue. They use this
Okay.
feedback portal. John, you're probably familiar with it. If you click like feedback, it opens this whole, what do you call that type of thing? Like service desk type of a
Yes.
situation. They have posted a series.
I love hearing you struggle through this. It makes me laugh. Sorry, go ahead.
Because I'm trying not to dunk on like Visual Studio. At its core, I love Visual Studio, but it's very legacy grounded in the way that they do feedback and all of that. Like it's not a GitHub. You don't go to GitHub and look at issues like you would for Visual Studio Code. You go to this stodgy corporate enterprise thing that looks like a project planner from, off Microsoft Office or something.
What are you saying,
It's like
Ed?
one of those
What are you
IT
saying?
help desk things that's canned. Anyhow, it's in there. They've posted several work items in there or things to upvote, features, future
Yes.
features. This is on that list. MCP integration is on that list. So a lot of things that you see in Visual Studio Code were recently, as of like a couple days ago, just posted on that portal. And those got, somebody was sharing those out. I can't remember exactly where I saw it all. But somebody went through and cherry picked it. And it was somebody internal. It wasn't like community. It was like a program manager from the VS team was tweeting these things out. It's like, hey, upvote these so we can prioritize them. So they are interested in adding these same features to Visual Studio. So just a side tangent rant there. I know you're pointing out the fact that I'm trying to dance around the issue nicely. I feel like Visual Studio is behind. Visual Studio Code is way ahead on the AI integration stuff, in my opinion. And I find myself right now switching back and forth between them. And if I need to do something AI related, I go to Visual Studio Code and do it there. It's a better experience by far. It's much more intuitive. It's easier to configure. Just frankly works better. The tool calling works 100% better. I just go over there and do all the AI stuff. I vibe code, if you want to say that, in that environment. And then if I need to, say, run tests or handwrite code or, work on something in like debugging session or something like that, I go over to Visual Studio.
You know what I realized is like the way we describe this is the way that people describe how they do artisanal bread making or something like that. And AI has become like the bread maker or the rice cooker of our kitchen. And you just, put the rice in, press a button, done. And with coding, it seems to me like that's what's happening now. So it's like I handcrafted this code. It's like, what?
It's a shame though. I wish they were on parity with each other because I don't know how much overlap there is between users like me. Like I'll use both, but
There are many users like you.
Be nice to not have to bounce between two different IDEs because you've got like something that's so far ahead of the other one. That's very useful. And then you just kind of get in the other version and you're like, oh, this is clunky. I don't know where my MCP tools are. Why isn't it calling them when I tell it to call them? But that's another rant and another story for another day.
Beautiful.
We're going to move on to Kendo React,
Please.
the hackathon winners. We did a hackathon with our internal tools here of Kendo React, and there was this Dev2 free React component challenge. This is part of the Kendo library going freemium. So there are, I can't remember how many components we released
70.
as open source components. I don't know if there's that many. There's 70 entries submitted. There are quite a bit of free to use components now, though, in the Kendo library.
Did I totally guess that? Wow, 70 entries. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's 70 entries here.
50 plus UI components are available in Kendo React free.
Where did you get that? How many was
From
it?
the website, telleric.com. There's a link
okay.
there to Kendo React free, and it says
okay.
right on the hero graphic, right there.
Yeah, 50 plus components are free now.
Correct.
Even the grid has a free
Yes.
tier to it.
Yes.
So that is like the big ticket item in there is our Kendo grid. But the hackathon, with all of the entries that were submitted, we created this built with Kendo React showcase. And it shows a bunch of apps that were built with the tools for that hackathon. And you can go through and kind of get inspired by all of the different UIs that are in here. So it's a really cool resource that came out of that. And people seem to have a good time with it. I know Catherine was getting a lot of feedback from all the people that were doing it.
Nice.
So they're enjoying their hackathon and getting their hack on. We're about ready to do another one. It's an in-person hackathon. This Saturday. So we're doing another one of these type of things in person, but it's going to be a charity-based hackathon. So we're going to help.
I noticed one of the entries is called Bot or Not. I love that. It's basically a game that allows you to determine whether you can distinguish an AI-generated image from real photos. So this is kind of like, what's that one? The Vancouver real estate market is really expensive, and there was a website that came up called Crack Shack or a Mansion. And it basically is like, because they show you a picture of a really rundown home, and it's in Vancouver. Because it's in Vancouver, it's worth $1 million or something like that. And it's like it's a dilapidated house, you know.
It's where the property is worth more than the home that's sitting
Yes.
on it, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, this bot or not.
Bot or not. Yes.
I won't name the family member because she'd be totally mad at me. But we have a family member that we show AI photos to and have them guess, and it's pretty hilarious. This weekend, she was like, "Did you see these squirrels were stealing?" I'm trying to remember what it was they were taking. I think it was like candy buckets or something. It was Halloween related. And yeah, that squirrel can't lift that candy bucket. I'm sorry. It's like running across the yard and up a tree. Like, this is so AI. Like, this is not happening. Oh, it was packages. That's what it was. They were porch pirating. It was like a squirrel carrying a gigantic Amazon package up a tree. And we're like, no, that's not real. Please stop. Please stop.
It could. It could.
No, it couldn't. At Octopus Deploy, you guys have been busy. You said you're at GitHub Universe. John?
Yeah, these are just some photos. We had a boba bar, which for folks who don't know is like a really cool drink. We had some selections there, which is, I know. It was really cool. Had that set up. We talked a lot about our
fellow kids skateboard with you.
Yes. How's it going, fellow kid with Rock Band T-shirt? Yes, we had a lot of that stuff going, so it was great.
Drinking your booch.
We had. Are you done?
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll wait till you're done.
Hey, you did this to my AI segment. I'm just fired
sure.
back.
No, your VR, your stupid wagon wheel headset segment is what I did it to. Sorry, that's a deep cut to an old movie. Anyways, we said that this was actually one of the best GitHub universes we've ever been to. We've been going to this for a long time. That's a colleague of mine. His name's Bob. He was doing a session on secure deployments, etc., with GitHub Actions and with Octopus Deploy. And we were part of a lot of the announcements. We were in the keynote. We were cited in the keynote. We had the really cool octopus logo moment there, so we all took a screen grab of that, of course. But yeah, this was in San Francisco. I had a great time. So I just wanted to, share some of the photos.
San Francisco. Did you get to visit Alcatraz?
I don't know if the team did. I didn't go.
Oh, you're
But yeah,
virtual.
this is on like Pier. I don't know which pier this is. Probably like Pier 19 or something. So yeah.
Yeah, if you're ever able to get to San Francisco for anything, make sure you visit Alcatraz. It is definitely worth it. Little sidebar there. Speaking of GitHub, improved. Did we? I think we might have covered this before. Improved.
No, we haven't.
onboarding
Actually,
flow
this
for
is
the
just
projects.
this is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I'm a big fan of any updates that come on the GitHub side because I use it a lot. They've added a bunch of little tweaks here to obviously projects that are built in. I don't know if you're using projects, Ed, in GitHub. I think they're a great free facility.
Started.
Okay.
So we are. It's no real secret or anything like that, so I can talk about it. We are developing an SDK for another product that we have called Progress Agentic RAG, which is formerly known as Nuclei. It was an acquisition that we made. And the current SDKs are Python and JavaScript, so we are developing a C# SDK, and I'm leading a small team on that with the GitHub projects.
Okay, you're using GitHub projects for this. Great. Great, that's awesome. So they've added a bunch of support for a variety of things. I got to bring up the post again. I've forgotten myself. So import items from a repository. So that's huge, especially when starting up a new project. Set a default repository. This is something that I was surprised myself when I read this. I'm like, that's not a feature. I guess that is. So that will set that up. Pull request link to issue workflow. That's huge. So there's a new default workflow, which is pull request link to issue, automatically sets the status of an issue to in progress whenever a linked pull request exists. There's a bunch of other improvements as well. It's a minor update, but I was a fan of this because I think that anytime there's like really cool little fixes to a project, a thing like this that's free, that's available as part of GitHub, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. We have like other project planning software in-house that we use for like big projects.
Here we go.
We go. This was a small project, so I figured why not just jump on the GitHub one? It's free. I don't have to.
Yep.
It's in GitHub, something I already use. I don't have to learn this corporate-y thing that we use for everything.
Corporate-y?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the thing we use, but it's very
Team
complex.
Pulse?
No, it's like, is it AHA?
Yeah, AHA's. I've used AHA.
It's not that it's a bad thing. It's just it's learning curve. I'm not a PM. I don't do PM stuff like 24/7. So if I did, I'd probably jump in there instead. This was what I missed on the AI front. I thought this was really interesting and cool. This is TOON, which stands for Token Object Notation. Okay. The idea here is LLMs are very good at working with structured data like JSON.
Yes.
And you can send JSON as part of your request. And a lot of things are probably doing this behind the scenes to, your interactions with GitHub Copilot, for example, is probably sending huge payloads of JSON up to the large language model and processing it along with your documents. And these JSON payloads have a lot of unnecessary white space, delimiters, yada, yada, yada in it. And what TOON is a trimmed down version of JSON that the large language model can understand just as well, but it eliminates a lot of the deeply nested trees, unnecessary fields, and things like that. So the best example is probably this one here. This is zooming. Yeah, it is zooming in. So this is what JSON looks like normally. You've got a user, some IDs, etc. And then this is what TOON looks like. So it's saying, I've got an array of 2 items, and it has these properties, and here are the values for those items. So this eliminates a bunch of extra characters that are going to eat your tokens. So this is a way of cutting down the cost of these JSON payloads as you send them up to be processed.
My
your large language
first
model.
question is, does this help improve your results? Like, you give it a payload in Tune versus JSON, does Tune give you a more accurate result of what you're looking for? And
So
I'm
it
not
looks like
seeing
it's
that.
5% more accurate by this graphic. So at the bottom here,
Okay.
it says retrieval accuracy, 70%
Oh,
versus
okay.
65%.
See,
and
that's
it's
the high
using
order bit for me.
30 to 60%
could-
less tokens.
Dude, I could care less about the payload size. I mean, that's my AI's problem, not mine. I'm gonna send it what I send it, and we're so far. Like, I don't know if people are really struggling with like, my payloads are too big. I'm like, no, it's not that. It's often my stupid AI doesn't like do as I mean, not what I say. It's the same thing I said earlier. It was just like, it's not doing what I want it to. So if it gives better accuracy, then okay.
At the end of the day, though, you're. I mean, I agree with the accuracy view, but at the end of the day, you're paying for those tokens, so it is your problem. So
Are you though? Are you
yes,
really?
you are. Yeah. So I mean, if you're able to send 60% less tokens as part of a request, if you're doing a lot of JSON stuff, which is very common to do,
Yeah. Okay.
this is going to cut your bills like dramatically. I mean, even if it's, let's say it's 5 cents a request, now it's 2.5 cents a request. So
That I can see a good benefit for sure. I would have assumed that this would already exist, but I was hoping that this would provide better accuracy. It looks like it does, which is a good thing. So yeah, I'll have to check it out.
I mean, even if it was the same, you're saving money in the long run.
Right.
I mean, think of big, providers like Claude or something like that, for example.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
Doing a bunch of this stuff, like, it's gonna save money. Now, there are other concerns that come along with this, right? Like, does this work with my language? So if you scroll down, how far down is it?
Okay, scrolling.
Community implementations. Check this out. This was the really impressive part, in my opinion. .NET, C++, Clojure, Crystal, Dart, Elixir. It's supported in like every major platform.
Got it. Yeah.
I like it. I think it's worth investing some time in looking at and seeing if it's how you want to implement your.
It looks pretty
JSON
simple.
payloads.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah.
pretty simple. It's a classic sort of encoder. So you just hit the dot encode function and away you go.
So Tune, check out Tune.
Yeah.
TOON, by the way. if you
Nice.
wanna
Like it.
look it up on GitHub. And then finally, .NET Conf is next week.
Yes.
And we've talked about .NET Conf plenty.
Yes.
If you're not already signed up to have a reminder for that, then you probably don't care. So I just wanted to share this link. This is Nick Chappis, his YouTube channel. He's a frequent YouTuber of .NET Things.
Yep.
And he has a really good video up there right now called Breaking Changes in .NET 10. And he goes through, and he's got samples in a project that he walks through and shows you how migrating to .NET 10 is going to affect you, and
Yes.
some common errors that you're going to run into. Like, one of them was they brought system.link async enumerable into the main system.link assembly.
Did you see?
So-
Sorry, I don't want you to interrupt. Sorry, Ed. Did you read the first
Yeah.
comment on the video? I don't need
No, I
a .NET update for my code to break.
That's awesome.
I love it.
So yeah, one of the ones he gets into here is async enumerable. It was one of those features that was outside of the library, and
Yeah.
it was like one of those future features. And then they added it. People liked it. It's useful, so they folded it into the main link library. But
Right.
now, if you have a past project that had the NuGet package that pulled in that async enumerable namespace, and then you update it to .NET 10 and it's included in link, there's a namespace conflict.
Okay. Not good.
So
Not
your
good.
yeah, so your CI/CDs are going to take a dump, and it's going to tell you,
Your CI/CDs, Ed. Come on.
yeah, your builds are
We
going
call
to take
them
a dump.
pipelines.
Your
Okay.
pipelines are going to take a dump, and
Oh,
when it
jeez.
does, you're
That
going to have
didn't
to
sound
go
good.
in.
Sorry.
You're going to have to go into your NuGet packages and remove the link async enumerable standalone package.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of them in his video. It's 8 minutes long. Suggest you check it out.
Hey, Nick. Nick, if you're watching this, add chapters to your videos, dude. It's hard to navigate your videos without
Did you know you
chapters.
can AFK Bloods and
So,
That is actually really easy to do.
it is. It's stupidly easy. So, Nick, if you're I know you're not watching this, Nick, but if you happen to see this, please add chapters. Love your stuff, buddy.
I talk to him pretty regularly, so I'll mention it to him. I actually shared an AI script for doing that as well with him and some other folks in a chat.
Yeah, there's a tool that I use called NoteGPT.io. It will auto-generate chapters for you, but it doesn't do a great job, but it's good enough, So
if you have access to the transcripts on these, don't.
So this tool that I use, NoteGPT.io, will generate the transcript and then generate the chapters.
This one doesn't have. Oh, there it is. Show the transcript. Show. There it is. Yeah. So usually, what you can do is you can have it. I have a prompt that you can run against this transcript, and it will analyze it and pull out all of the timestamps and create the links that you can copy and paste directly into your YouTube metadata for this portion here. So the description field, I guess it is, because they use a special notation. It's not Markdown. It's kind of like Markdown to do the GitHub or the video anchors, and this generates those. So you can just run the script, dump it in, and you're done.
It's two ways to add them. I put it in the description with timestamps, or you target the YouTube API and provide metadata. That's another way. By the way, Ed, I neglected to watch the comments on the live stream. There is a comment there that asks the question, can GitHub projects replace Jira? And I'm sorry to say, nothing replaces Jira. You will be with Jira until sorry, I'm kidding. Yeah, of course you could use GitHub project. You can use anything. There's a number of them that we mentioned. Aha. There's what else there is? There's Jira. Sorry. There's other ones as well. You could use it something like Product Board, for example. That's what we use for our roadmap. There's a bunch of other solutions as well. Jira is the one that a lot of folks use for, I don't know why. I mean, whatever. So, but yeah, you can certainly use GitHub projects for sure.
So let's see if I can drop this in to my browser. There we go. So I keep a folder on my machine. I don't know if you do the same thing, John, but I keep a folder of useful AI prompts. So I have my own little personal prompt library that I use. I highly suggest folks do this. If you're doing something, say you go into ChatGPT and you're working on, making an article, documenting something, whatever your activity is in there, and it's something that you feel like you may do again.
Yeah.
Before you finish, type into the prompt, or type into
give me the prompt for this. Yeah.
Type into the service that you just did all this in, and say, generate a prompt for me to do this again.
Yes.
And it will spit out a prompt with kind of a template for you to do. And that's what I did for the YouTube thing. I was like, all right, I need to extract these timestamps out of this video transcript, and like I created this prompt, or it created this prompt, and now I can just run this prompt again against different sources, and I get my text out for the comment section to dump in all of the bookmarks for the video.
Nice.
So create yourself a little prompt library, and you'll be happy you did. That's the tip of the week All right, that's it for today, folks. We're gonna skip next week. We've got .NET Conf all week next week. I've got a session, so I'll be following that most of the week and participating. So I don't have time for a show next week, John.
That's all right.
I just don't.
I'll
Any
work on
parting
my
words,
gear.
my
I'll
friend?
work on my work on my Jira tickets while you're in you're at watching .NET.
Your
Conf.
tickets.
There you go.
Sounds like a hipster like show that you're getting.
Jira tickets. Sorry, did I
go.
mispronounce it? Sorry about that. Jira tickets.
Your tickets sound like a hipster band that
That's
you're buying
right.
tickets to go see. That's what I
Yes,
think.
that's right.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you later.